Hey there, dreamers. I hope all of you have been well. Um, as you know, or like the people who have been following everything and seeing my Snapchat and everything, a lot's been happening. Um, I've just been through my first 2 days of trade school, and like it's been super fun. Honestly, like I love working with big machines. Like that's why I was always like getting on the forklift and working to move the big ass like 100, 200 to 1,000 pounds of like wood, because I just love. I like when you get into a machine and you use it. It's like you get to have a new body, learn what your new body is like, and then use it to accomplish whatever it is that you're doing. And I really like that. It's kind of like being a cyborg, or like being in a some kind of mech without actually having that happen. But this, like, so the past couple of days have been really intense. I'm doing a lot of like studying, like reading studying, which is like kind of nostalgic because I haven't done any of that like in this way, this like test taking kind of a way in a while. And like I never really minded that. Like I really liked it. But what's really been fun is that I've been able to drive, right? Like they don't have me on the road or anything yet. Like we're just working inside of parking lots and stuff. But it's so satisfying. Like I don't know how to describe it, but you're so big when you're up inside one of those things. Like when you're in an 18 wheeler, like you're first you have to climb like literally up like a little ladder to get up into the seat, and then you get in, and the thing is like it goes back for a good like 50 or 60 feet, and so you have to like get to understand how much length that is and how to like work with it while you're turning, and like it's hard but it's like so satisfying. I don't know how to describe it right now. They at first they just had us learning how to do backup stuff and keeping everything straight and like good, but now they're having me start to do this thing that they call a crossover, which is like so simple but so hard. You drive in an X. You're parked, so like you have two parking spaces. You're parked in one. You move forwards to the left, and then you back up into the first spot. Actually, no, sorry. You move forwards just straight, and then you back up to the left into the second spot. Then you move forward just straight, and then you back up right into the other spot. And like, it's like such a tiny movement, but doing it right is so hard, especially because you only get like cones, the pretty much the exact length of the truck in order to like get backwards into the spot, and so it's really hard. But it's been really cool. The pretty much like everybody who works at the like or everyone who's coming to the trade school is really cool. Like everyone's really supportive. Like I've been having guys left and right teach me how to do different things and show me like what they've learned and how it applies to like where I am and what I'm doing. And like from all levels, from dudes like about to graduate all the way down to dudes that have only been there a week or more. And so it's been really cool to like kind of get all the input and work with everybody. Um, and yeah, it's really satisfying. Um, I'm like I'm really excited to like actually get on the road and like go out and just learn how to do all of it. But it's also really like those things are so big, and I have to put so much practice to make sure I know what I'm doing, because like you're literally driving a missile. Like that is just it's a giant missile. Like when you have like 28,000 pounds like with you, and you're driving at like 55 miles an hour, like you better be sure you know what you're doing. You know what I mean? But but this is like it's just a good way for me to make money. You know what I mean? And like as much as it can suck sometimes, and as much as like it can be just the most frustrating thing that money like is so important to defining our lives. Like that's the way things are, and I don't think it's necessary for us to fight against it, you know? Like, I hear a lot of people say that money is evil, and that you have to, that we as a nation are too focused on it. And I think that sometimes that's true, but I also think that we have to appreciate the utility of it and understand that, like, these are the rules of the game that exists with us right now. And it's not like it's going anywhere. So understanding the rules means that you can then make the choices that get you to where you want to be, right? And that's kind of, I'm sure some of you have been kind of confused because you have probably been following my Snapchat for a little bit and some of my earlier stuff, and know that I want to start a yoga and meditation business and work to deal with people on the level of their consciousness, right? But things don't come just easy like that. Like, not at all. Not in this world. Not when you're someone like me who is, like, at the abject bottom of being poor. You know what I mean? Like, I have, I grew up with a single family, you know, a single mother, right? And we have never had much, you know? And so I have to understand the fact that if I'm going to get anywhere, I need to first be able to put some money in my pocket that lets me accomplish the things that I want. And that's really the reason I went for the CDL, because it's not, I mean, it's difficult, but it only takes 2 weeks for me, or it only takes 2 weeks. It only takes 2 months for me to get through the program, approximately, at least, right? And I actually was able to, by going through the state, get someone else to pay it for me, and that, and just by doing that simple thing, I'm able to increase my income by such an amount that, like, my later goals become so much more possible, right? Because I originally I was supposed to go to Nepal this March. You know, it's April now. That month already passed. I decided that in September, or not in September, but wow. You know, actually, actually, I was supposed to go to Nepal March of last year, like a whole year ago. That was my goal. Um, and yeah, I was planning on actually. My time scale's all messed up. So I was originally going to leave in September, this September, the one that just happened, to go to Nepal. I was saving up money working at a job that was making me 10-20 an hour, and I was looking at this and how much money I was saving and how much I needed for rent and everything, and I was like, I am saving like 100 to 150 bucks a month. Like, that's the most I can save at this point in time, and there's no way that I'm going to be able to save up the 4 or 5 grand that I need in order to go to Nepal, get a yoga teacher training, and get certified in everything that I want to be before I come back. There's just no way that I'm going to make it with the time frame that I went to. So I decided to push it off to March, and I moved back to Rhode Island so I wouldn't have to go and pay for rent and pay for like most of the stuff that really holds you back in terms of being able to save by moving back into my parents' place. And then I started working a job at Trustco, making 12 an hour, and again, I was saving as much as I could, but I was still only getting maybe 200 or 300 a month. I set March as a date, but then things happened, like I lost my car, things happened like just different events that forced me to pay large sums of money that set me back by months. And I could just see that the way that I was approaching the problem wasn't working. And so that's what led me to decide, hey, I need to increase my income in order to attack this problem more effectively. Because really, what this channel is about problem solving. It's about saying, all right, here's the problem, you present it right here. create a yoga and meditation business that allows Jairson to feel happy, secure, and help people in the ways that he wants to be helped. That's the problem. How do we solve it? Because so many people and so much of our society is focused around the problems that exist in our life and just complaining about them rather than doing everything possible to solve them. Because for me at least, when I have a dream, when I have a goal, it's not about, life becomes nothing but how do I fix it? Life becomes a set of guerrilla warfare tactics that allows me to twist left, to twist right, to spin up and down and figure out what makes me able to solve this. What gets me to where I can attack this problem from the right direction in order to make it not a problem, but a strength, right? And in order to do that, you have to be willing to do anything. You can't sit around and say, well, I would do that, but I could do that, but anytime that you put the words but in your mouth, you're accepting defeat. You're saying that your problem has bested you. You're saying that your situation has bested you and that you are not going to be able to accomplish whatever it is that you're saying. And if you say those words, then you've basically given up. You can never come at your life, you can never come at the issues that are in front of you while already conceding defeat. If you, I spoke with someone once who believed really strongly about the fact that we needed better gun control laws, better safety and more effective methods in order to keep people from hurting others with their weapons, right? I agreed with that. But immediately after they said those words, they then told me that they didn't believe that that was possible because they didn't think that people could change. And I said to them, I don't understand you. You're saying to me right now that you want this thing to happen, that you believe this thing must happen in order for people to not be hurt, in order for people to not be killed, and yet you're saying you don't believe it's possible? How are you going to accomplish change? How are you going to do anything? How are you going to make people believe you if you don't even believe yourself? It doesn't make sense. How can you do that and expect that anything will be different? You can't. You can't at all. You have to say from the beginning, I believe this is possible. This is not just possible, but this will happen because I will make it happen. I will not wait around for something to cause this to affect in the ways that I believe, in the ways that I want, because I realize that if I wait, I may wait the rest of my life. I may always be saying I would do this, but you have to say, all right, I could wait, I could sit, I could complain, or I could change. I could find what it is that I need to do. For me, right now, I need to increase my income. I need to make it so that I can afford to put money away on a scale that is effective enough for me to be able to go traveling, to do the things that I want, to get a yoga teacher training, to get certified in meditation, to get to the place where I can have the things that I want that will help me help others, right? And in order for me to do that, I have to do things like go to trade school, get a good job, save, and work hard. Eventually, I'm hoping within the next 2 years, I will have all the money that I need to do two things. One, go to Nepal or India, to all sorts of third world and maybe even European countries on a quest in order to get myself exposed to more cultures and ideas while exploring what meditation and contemplation is for me and my spirit. That's one. Two is making sure that I have enough money saved so that once I am done with these travels, once I am done with these explorations, at least this set of those things, I can then move to Colorado, move to Fort Collins specifically because I have just done a lot of research in that area. I love the people. I love Horsetooth and the mountains. Move there, find myself an apartment, maybe with some friends that I already have there, and instead of finding a job, use the money that I have saved to pay rent, to pay food, to pay all the things that I need in life, And then to begin phase 2 of guerrilla warfare, which is starting the business, which is going out, which is getting connected, which is networking, which is fighting every single day to get to the point where I can make myself what I want to be. And you're going to be there with me. And you're going to get to watch that journey. And even better, even more, you're going to be on that journey too. Because I'm sure you have your dreams. I'm sure you have your struggles. I'm sure you are watching this channel because you feel what I feel. You know what I know. You hear what I hear. And if you do these things and you understand these things, then every time I speak and every time you listen to these words, you understand that this is the truth. That there's no time to wait. That one day we die, and it may be tomorrow or it may be 50 years from now. We don't know. But on that day, when it's over, we're going to say, hey, either I listened to the call that was inside me, or I waited, or I said, but. Thank you. Have a good day. Like, subscribe. Listen. That's all I'm asking for. Just listen. Because I like to scream. See ya. Bye.